Good morning. My name is Kim, and you're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse escape, get free, and stay free. Now, today we are going to talk about unmasking your covert narcissist. I know many of you are dealing with the covert narcissist, and research has absolutely proven that of all the cluster B crazies, the covert narcissist is by dangerous, the most destructive, the most damaging, and of course, my narc Trevor is absolutely a covert narcissist. The covert narcissist is going to be the most methodical, the most hell-bent to create an agenda of abuse and see it through. They would be the ones most likely to be referred to as vampires, zombies, monsters, most frequently referred to as demonically possessed, and it would be for sure the monster you need to get away from and stay away from. As all covert narcissists are going to perform basically the same show over and over again, there is definitely going to be a very common thread that links them all. It's very, very likely that you have had your spirit and soul diminished to the point that you may even be assuming some of the responsibility for the problems within your relationship. I'd like to say, right up front, you did not do any of this. You are not stupid. You are not, gullible, you are not vulnerable, you are not any of those things. You reacted to love in a very real and human way, and you were fooled by an absolute master. No one other than the covert narcissist is ever going to work as hard at deceiving people. This is their game, this is their agenda, this is their life's mission. They've been doing this since early childhood, and they are just really, truly mentally ill, evil, rotten people, straight to their core. So do not assume any responsibility for what has happened. You were a kind and loving person, and sadly, you were taken advantage of in the most destructive and hurtful way. Another thing you definitely are not is crazy. Now, the narcissist has been using techniques like gaslighting, future faking, to constantly break you down, and make you believe that the problem stems with you. Now, in addition to this barrage of, mindfuckery, they are doing this outside of your relationship. They are doing it to other people, telling other people in their horrendous smear campaign against you that you are crazy, and that, all of the disgusting, horrible things that they're doing, it's actually you who's doing them. So they're not only making you feel crazy, but they're also making you look crazy in a public forum. This is absolutely part of their game. I mean, this is as etched in stone as the initial idealization, the love bombing, the devaluation, the smear campaign is real. So this is part of the way that they keep you trapped there. They isolate you and then make you look nuts to everybody else. So you've really got nowhere to turn, and you go talk to somebody, that the narc's gotten to, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, fuck. It's all bad, guys. Because there's never going to be any closure and you've been lied to steadily, there kind of, for your own peace of mind, has to come a day of reckoning. Now, a day where you unmask your narc and tell your narc exactly, what's going on here, and that the game's up and you know what's happening. Now, please, if you're still with your narc, do not ever do this in a public forum. Do not ever do this if you are still stuck there with them, because things are going to get really rocky from this point on. So in planning to unmask Narc-Zilla, what you actually have to do, the first step to that plan, is make sure you're out of there. So exit strategy first, and for the love of God, never, never tell them about your exit strategy. I have other videos on preparing your exit strategy and the steps that you can take to get out of there. But if you think you're going to be stuck there for another week, month, year, for God's sakes, shut up. Like, really, you need to just be quiet and just work out your unmasking in your mind. Exit strategy first, though, guys. You got to get out of there, okay? We all reach a point where we have absolutely decided, determined in our minds that come hell or high water, we are getting out of there. Now, the covert narcissist needs very much to believe that you are part of that inner circle, part of his admirers, part of the group that adore him and who are fooled by him. So your job now is going to be to become the actor that your narc has been. You now have to keep up a new type of fake facade yourself that leads the narc to believe everything's fine, that you love them, you adore them, you do anything for them. If the narc realizes that you have fallen out of that circle, hell is going to be unleashed in your life in ways that you are not ready to deal with. So please, this is absolutely got to be absolutely kept under wraps. Now, if you get cornered, you know, like, okay, Trevor caught me moving out my jewelry supplies and my fabric and my sewing supplies and things like that. And when confronted, I just lied. I absolutely told him, I told that fool that sewing and jewelry making was just taking up too much of my time, and I really needed to focus my energy on him, his career, our life together. And, you know, he's such a crazed egomaniac, he bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. So if you have to, lie. Because every day you spend with the narc, you are actually in grave danger. Now, do not be confrontational. Do not engage. And always remember the quote from George Bernard Shaw. It goes like this: I learned a long time ago never to wrestle with a pig. You get dirty, besides, the pig likes it. So do not give up any of your power. Get out, stay out, and once you are in a safe place, then you can unmask your narc in a way directly between you and the narc. It doesn't matter what anyone else knows or thinks about you. That's a loss you absolutely have to cut. You don't want to get in there in a pissing match, he said, she said. Like, just, you know what? Be the bigger man here. Like, you just don't need to get in that he said, she said pissing match, right? So just get out first, and then we're going to unmask the narc. Now, once you're out and you're in a safe place and you've given yourself a chance to heal and to really reflect on what's happened, most importantly, to truly internalize the fact that this was never about you. You were just a little prop in his crazy, crazy play of madness. Now, once you are free and you're thinking clear again and you've got your life settled, now you can really sit down and write this piece of shit a letter. And how I did it was I just, you know, 1 through a million. 1, I know what you did. And here's my, you know, evidence of that. 2, I know what you did. And, you know, really summed up the letter by, you know, completely unmasking him, telling him exactly what I knew. And never told him, of course, throughout that letter that I'd been hurt by any of it, that I loved him, that I would ever miss him. So keep all that shit out. Just stay very, very factual. This is what you did, motherfucker, and this is how I know it. End of the story. And go through your list. I emailed him a copy. I deleted out my copy of that letter, and that was it. Once backed into a corner, I mean, my narc just, he lost his shit. When that final day of reckoning comes, when you unmask your narc, you need to really keep in mind that, yeah, despite the flying monkeys and all the smear campaign and the horrible things he said about you, you know what? In time, all of that stuff will dissipate. And, you know, people are going to start to notice a pattern with the narc where, you know, oh, here we go again, right? You know, people are not that stupid. And, you know, if there are people that have been convinced that you were the problem, well, you know, fuck them too, right? Like, this is not your problem, and this is a loss you may just have to cut. But as long as you have absolutely unmasked your narc to your narc, and your narc knows that he is absolutely exposed, I mean, that's always going to be, you know, the best revenge, and it's going to be the only closure you're ever going to get. But guys, please, safety first. And if you are with your narc, like, get on my videos about, you know, getting free, because you've got to get out of there. You are in serious grave danger every minute you spend in that house of pain with that rotten individual. Thanks a lot for watching Kim Wilson TV. I hope you guys are having a really safe, narc-free day.